the Morphin Grid, connected all together, all life, across the multiverse. Good and evil, yin and yang. The grid calls for heroes and villains alike to fill the roles. Welcome to Universe 19, my fellow grid travelers. When an evil force too great for any Power Ranger team to handle attacks the Earth, Shinon, the guardian of time and sister to Zordon, must call upon the former Rangers to take on the Ultra Power and become the Ultra Rangers.
Chapter 14, Showdown, Part 2. In the center of the town of Blessington, two teams of Rangers and a Lone Ranger stand against the dark-powered Royal Blue Ranger known as Nephthys. The Red Cornish Ranger steps in front of the other Rangers and points at Nephthys.
It's time we end this. You'll have to pay for what you did to my team. Power Rangers, Royal Britannia!
He summons his power sword and runs at Nephthys. Nephthys laughs a dark and evil laugh, and then summons Rita's power staff and charges. The two clash steel in the center of the town square. I know I'm new to being a Power Ranger, but who is Power Rangers Royal Britannia? Gold Cyber Ranger asked, looking at the Red Cyber Ranger. Don't look at me, man, Red Cyber Ranger says. Mark is from a different dimension, so thus his team would also be from a different dimension, Green Ultra Ranger says. I got a better question. Are we really just going to stand here, or are we going to help the man out? Black Ultra Ranger asks. Zach's right. Let's get in there, guys, Red Ultra Ranger orders, and all the other Rangers move in to attack. Nephthys sees this and jumps away from the battle with the Red Cornish Ranger.
Get back here!
Red Cornish Ranger growls. 16 on 1? That seems wrong. Finster 5, how about a little help here? Nephthys thrusts her morpher arm up and into the air, and small balls of energy burst out of the morpher. When the black balls land, they form into 10 Negafighters, 10 Stickers, and 10 skeleton armored knights. What are they? Pink Cyber Ranger asks. They are definitely not stickers, Purple Cyber Ranger states. The Red Cornish Ranger stumbles back.
No, it can't be.
True shock and horror was in his voice. Mark, what's wrong? Red Ultra Ranger asks.
They're called Skellies. And we're the henchmen of Morgana.
The Red Cornish Ranger says. Morgana? Black Cyber Ranger asks. Morgan Le Fay is a powerful and ambiguous enchantress from the legend of King Arthur, in which most often she is portrayed as his sibling, Blue Ultra Ranger explains. Nephthys starts to giggle. By the way, Mark, old boy, Morgana says hi. Mark lets out a war cry and runs at Nephthys in a blind rage. Okay, Rangers, deal with the Sea of Henchmen. Mikhail, you're with me. The Red Rangers will deal with her. Red Ultra Ranger shouts and runs after the Red Cornish Ranger. The Red Cyber Ranger nods and follows. In the distant future, Lord Draken sits on his throne. His helmet sits on the arm of the throne. His hands were folded with his two pointer fingers touching and pointing up towards his face. Next to him, on one knee, the Red Cornish Ranger kneels. They both are watching a shimmering portal that was focused on the battle with Nephthys.
My lord, I still do not understand why you let that coinless piece of trash steal a royal morpher.
Red Cornish Ranger says. It's all part of the plan, Draken retorts.
Plan, my lord?
Red Cornish Ranger asks. I have, let's call him an ally that helped everything fall into place the way it needed to be, much like a well-planned out chess move, Draken says.
And she plays a role in that, my lord?
Red Cornish Ranger asks. Oh, a big role. Without this coinless girl, we would not be sitting here today, Draken answers.
I see, my lord. So this is that day.
The Red Cornish Ranger says. Draken just starts to laugh an evil laugh. The Red Cornish Ranger does a spinning heel kick right at Nephthys' right side. She throws up an inside-outside block with her arm, blocking the kick. At the same time, Red Cyber Ranger does a sweep kick at her feet, but somehow she jumps it. Then, the Red Ultra Ranger does his signature kick, the Tornado Kick, right at Nephthys' head. The kick finally connects, sending her helmet flying off, revealing her once red eyes are now a solid black. What the heck? Red Cyber Ranger shouts. She is overflowing with dark energy, Blue Ultra Ranger shouts, kicking a Skelly in the chest. We need to drain the energy away from her, Blue Cyber Ranger yells out, uppercutting a sticker. How do we do that? Both Pink Rangers say at the same time. Nephthys starts to laugh again. You can't stop me. And just like the Power Rangers Royal Britannia, I will take your powers, then your lives.
No, I won't let this happen again!
Red Cornish Ranger shouts as a dark aura comes over him, and in his right hand, the Sword of Darkness forms. Oh, crap! The Red Ultra Ranger shouts. It can't be, White Ultra Ranger says, cutting two Negafighters in half with Saba. That is the Sword of Darkness, but it's giving off different vibrations than the one you once held, Saba explains. The Red Cornish Ranger runs in, attacking Nephthys with the Sword of Darkness. The two are able to block each other's attacks until the Red Cornish Ranger is finally able to land a hit, plunging the Sword of Darkness into her chest.
Now you pay for what you have done. Now it is you that loses everything.
Red Cornish Ranger cries out as tears run down his face under his helmet. No! Red Ultra Ranger shouts. Someone stop him! The White Ultra Ranger says, trying to make a break for him. Slowly, the dark energy starts to drain from Nephthys and into the Sword of Darkness, then into the Red Cornish Ranger. The Red Ultra Ranger drags the Red Cornish Ranger away from the sword. White Ultra Ranger then quickly pulls the sword from Nephthys, who falls to the ground, still alive. Tommy! Pink Ultra Ranger shouts. Sensei! Get rid of that thing! Black Cyber Ranger says. As the White Ultra Ranger holds the sword in his two hands, a dark aura comes over him and his suit starts to flicker between his normal one and that of Draken. Oh god, it's happening. The Red Ultra Ranger cries out. Draken stands from his throne and walks over to the shimmering portal. I am born this day. Just then, the shimmering portal disappears and Draken is blasted back and into his throne.
My lord.
Red Cornish Ranger shouts, forming the Sword of Darkness in his right hand. He steps in front of Draken to protect him. A dark portal opens as a humanoid shape walks out of the portal, wrapped in a black cloak. All the warmth in the room was drained away.
Identify yourself,
Red Cornish Ranger demands. You don't need to know who I am, a dark male voice says from under the cloak. Banker, Draken growled. Oh, I am so glad you remember me, the banker says, very sarcastically. Draken sits up and motions for the Red Cornish Ranger to stand down. He does and takes a knee next to the throne. What are you doing here, banker? Draken demands. Watch your tone with me, child, the banker snaps. I have come to see why this galaxy is not mine yet. I was promised by so many who came to me for power and backing that this galaxy would belong to the Rashva Empire, Rita, Zed, even the Machine Empire, which I had made, Dark Spectre, and so many more, and yet it still does not belong to me. Care to explain this? The banker asks.
My lord does not have to answer to you,
Red Cornish Ranger barks. Oh, but he does, for without me he would not be in power right now. Hold on. Why am I speaking to a minion? The banker says and waves a red and white-clawed hand, sending the Red Cornish Ranger flying back into a wall. Draken, it's time you paid your debt to me. I will pay you nothing. I rule this galaxy. There is nothing you can do to stop me. I am inevitable, Draken shouts. Oh, you weak, stupid fool. I made you, and I can just as easily unmake you, the banker says and snaps his fingers. The White Ultra Ranger holds the Sword of Darkness as his suit starts to fully form into Draken as he lifts into the air. Then there's the sound of snapping fingers, and the sword just disappears. The White Ultra Ranger starts to fall back down to the earth as he powers down and passes out. The Pink Ultra Ranger just barely makes it to Tommy before he hits the ground.
What just happened?
The Red Cornish Ranger asks. That's a great question, Green Cyber Ranger says, as the sound of a portal opening rings out. Everyone turns to see a powered-down nephthys run into it and the portal closes.
No!
Red Cornish Ranger yells out and tries to pull away from Red Ultra Ranger's grip. Mark, stop, Red Ultra Ranger says, holding on to Red Cornish Ranger. She's gone, and you don't know where she has gone to, Yellow Ultra Ranger says. Or when, Blue Ultra Ranger adds. Everyone, let's get out of here, Green Cyber Ranger says. We need to get back to base and see if Haley is okay, Pink Cyber Ranger says. Once again, everyone turns and looks at the Red Ultra Ranger. He nods and starts to walk for the museum, dragging the Red Cornish Ranger with him.
In the place without time and space, William Cranston sat at his workbench carving a new chess piece when his knight appeared next to him suddenly. "Master!" he shouted, and pointed to William's chessboards. One of the chess pieces started phasing in and out of reality. William jumped to his feet. "What is this?" he muttered. He then ran to the board, and just before he could grab the chess piece, it vanished completely. "What on earth was that?" the knight asked. "That was the chess piece resembling Draken." "What the hell is going on?" William muttered to himself. He then stormed over to his spare chess boards and counted them. "There's only 5 here. I'm missing one," William muttered again. He then rushed over to his holographic monitors and started typing quickly. "That was Draken's world. I must know who did this," he carried on typing. The knight walked up to him. "Will this affect your plans, master?" the knight asked. "Yes," William states. "But like a true chess master, I would adapt," William said.
Once all the Rangers were in the base of the Cyberforce, they all powered down. Haley greets them with a soft smile. "Is it over?" she asks. "In a way," Cece answers.
I need to get after her. I have to stop her.
Mark demands. "Dude, chill. You don't even know where she went," Fred says, kicking back on a wall.
I don't need your attitude, kid.
Mark retorts, and Haley and Violet giggle a little.
How is any of this funny?
"It's not, sir," Violet says, bowing her head. "That's my fault. I made a joke about his attitude a while ago," Haley says. "Mark, you need to clear your head, man. Right now, we need to make sure Tommy is okay," Jason says. "I'm okay. Weak, but okay," Tommy answers, draped on Kim's shoulder. "You're not okay," Kim says. "Take him to the medbay. I have Brohan resting back there," Haley says. "We have a medbay?" Izzy asks. "Yes, come on, Kim. I will show you where it is," Justin says and leads Tommy and Kim out of the room. Mark lets out a phony cough, and everyone turns and looks at him.
Mates, can we get back to the point of nephthys?
"Yeah, about that. I got a question," Zach says. "Just one?" Ruthie questions. "Fair point, kiddo. A lot of questions. But first, Haley, why was nephthys after you?" Zach asks. "She kept asking me about Adam," Haley answers. "Adam who?" Mikhail asks. "Man, you guys really don't know anything, do you?" Fred snaps. "You know what? I am sick of how you talk to us, Xander yells and gets right into Fred's face. Xander, please, don't, Violet says, laying a soft hand on Xander's shoulder. He softens and steps away from Fred. Adam Park is the former Black Power Ranger in Zeo Ranger 4, Billy says. Why was she after him? Angelique asks. That I don't know, Haley answers.
I don't care why. I just want to know where and when she is, so I can stop her,
Mark demands. I can track her, Billy says plainly. Everyone turns and looks at Billy with shock. What? It's not hard. I just needed to scan her more for her, and I did that during the battle. He walks over and starts typing on one of Haley's computers. Haley, you really need an update. Big time. There. We are now linked to the command center, and there is her location. Mark, I am sending it to your communicator.
My communicator? Why?
Mark asks. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to tell you, Billy says with an awkward smile. Trini walks over and kisses Billy softly. Big brain and still forgets. God, I love you. Billy smiles at Trini and kisses her forehead.
Cute. But why my communicator?
Mark asks again. It's not a normal communicator. It allows you to teleport dimensions and also communicate between them, Billy tells him. Are you saying he can teleport anywhere in the multiverse? Halen asks. As long as it's programmed into the communicator, then yes, Billy answers.
Then this is goodbye.
Mark starts to raise his arm to push the communicator. Hold on, man, Jason says.
I need to go after her. I can't lose her again.
Mark snaps. Yeah, and what happens when you do stop her? What then? Jason asks, crossing his arms.
I'll end it,
Mark yells. Like you did today, dude, Mikhail asks, walking up next to Jason.
however I can.
Mark says. That is not the path of a ranger, Brohan says, walking into the room with Tommy, Kim, and Justin behind him. You cannot let your anger fuel you. Trust me, I know, Tommy adds. You need to find a way to let that go, Mark, Kim says.
It's not that simple. You don't understand what she has taken from me,
Mark says. We all have lost, but we all must keep going. We can't let anger and hatred guide us. We can't stop you from going, Jason says. Well, technically, Billy interjects, and we won't stop you. But you need to let the anger go, Jason finishes.
I can't guarantee anything, but I will try,
Mark says. That is all we ask. May the power protect you, Brohan says. Mark nods and pushes his teleportation button.
Until we meet again, my friends.
Mark says, and is teleported away in the red light.
This episode was adapted from Power Rangers Universe 19 podcast, produced by Cosplay Dude 637.